Hey, what's going on? Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Lingo. It's Mike Thomas. Thank y'all so much for tapping in the previous episodes and being engaged with everything that we're doing at both Facebook as well as IG. Your support and feedback on what we're doing over here is definitely valued and appreciated. We've all had instances where we've had people in our space on a friendship level, and we've had some instances where these individuals were not who they claimed to be at the beginning. They sent the representative first, and you really thought that these individuals had your best interests at heart, and they really carried themselves like they were your friend. But there were a lot of evidence. There was a lot of evidence of envy, a lot of evidence of jealousy. They had a lot of backstabbing characteristics that you saw. You noticed this, but you turned a blind eye to it because of your allegiance to them as a friend. That can end up biting you in the ass, to be brutally honest with you. And it bit me in the ass on two separate occasions. And I'm going to talk about those two occasions today. The first incident was with a dude. I'm not going to say his name, but I'm going to definitely speak on the issue. Met this guy back when I was in college in 2003, back when we went to Eastfield. This individual, at his core, I thought was a pretty good dude, just carried himself a little weird, made some, said and did some questionable things. But I went off of, I try my best to go off of who the person is at heart, rather than, just lead with some of the shit that they do and make a decision there. I try to see the best in the person. So met this dude in 2003, carried himself a little weird, a little socially awkward, a little boisterous, very loud, always made it a point to be seen and heard, very female crazy. But seemed like a good dude to me at its core. That was what I was basing my decision off of. So hanging out with dude, cracking jokes all the time, talking shit, talking about music, talking about sports, just tripping out all the time. Just like I did with the rest of my boys, it's just dude, dude seemed solid, so every day was just like any other day, tripping out, hanging out and everything. This one particular day, about a month or two into the friendship, I'm having some exchanges in passing with this young lady we going to Eastfield with. And these exchanges are eventually going to lead to me addressing this woman and, trying to get something established, because I really like this woman. Chick was beautiful. There's always pleasantries exchanged. And it's, in my mind, it seemed like the attraction was definitely mutual. You know what I'm saying? Dude notices me talking to this young lady earlier that morning. And the last thing that I said to her was something on some old, after you get out of your class, I'm gonna meet you down here in the pit. We gonna, I got something to holler at you about. She was like, all right, cool. So we both head downstairs to the pit at the same time. We make eye contact across the way. This dude, Jay, approaches Shorty from behind. And at this time, I'm meeting up with them, and he's saying some old, I don't know if you want to holler at Mike, man. That boy Mike be getting everybody phoned up, man. You may need to watch that young man. That's a troublemaker right there. This dude says that to the young lady that I'm about to get to know. So by him saying this to her, that completely turns her off as far as wanting to get to know me. So that led to a really, really heated issue. You know what I'm saying? So at that point, I pretty much fronted him out in front of everybody. I'm like, yo, do you have some type of issue with me that I don't know about? Because you're already aware of the fact that I like this young lady and I was trying to get something established. And then you're gonna sit up here and throw salt at the nigga game. Like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, what are we doing? Like, are you good? What's happening? So he, played it off on some mode. I was just joking. I didn't think she was gonna take it serious and all of that. But she wasn't trying to hear all that at the end of the day. Because her whole thing is if your homeboy is gonna say something like this, why am I gonna take you serious? So he pretty much killed my credit with this woman by running his mouth. That was the very first sign. Right there, I should say, you know what, I need to back away from this person. So I didn't rock with dude for about 3 months after this. We ended up having a conversation. We squashed it because I can't have it on my record that I separated myself from having a friendship with a dude over a woman. That just didn't seem feasible to me at the time. So we had a conversation, swapped it out as men, and we moved forward. Then there was another incident with this exact same dude. I'm with my daughter's mom. We've been together for about a year at this point. Now at this time, I haven't had any dealings with this dude for about a year. Just parted ways. Apparently, a short period of time before I met my daughter's mom, right? This character tried to holler at my daughter's mom way before I even met her. And apparently, he was unsuccessful. She didn't find the dude attractive or whatever the reason was. She decided to go a different direction. A few months after that, she meets me. He finds out that the lady that I've been having dealings with is somebody that he tried to holler at in a failed attempt. So after a year of me and my daughter's mom staying together, after a year of us being in a relationship together, dude gets on the phone with my daughter's mom and starts running his mouth about just basically pretty much just telling her where all the bodies is buried, where I done did this with, who I done did this with, where I was this day, where I was that day. Oh, he was supposed to be here. He was doing that. He divulges all of this information. I'm talking about this man runs his mouth about all of this information to this woman that he's never even had sex with, never had a date with, nothing. So just analyzing this, I had nobody to blame but myself because I knew this dude was bitch, but I introduced him into my situation anyway, and he had no business there. You know what I'm saying? For you to be a dude and carry yourself like this is despicable. And the frustrating thing to me was when your mama put you out the house, you was at my house on the front porch crying, talking about my mama that kicked me out. We done got into it. I don't know what to do. There was nights when you was working 2 jobs and didn't have any money. Once again, I came out of my freezer giving you packages of pork chops and shit to make sure that you were straight. Yeah. It was a couple of instances when you was in a relationship, a great relationship, somebody that could have been right for you, bruh, doing a whole bunch of fucking up out here on the side. And Shorty was calling me, trying to verify your whereabouts. That was me lying for you. I was a much better friend to you, my nigga, than you ever could have been to me, to keep it 100. But you know, these things happen. It happened in another incident with this very same podcast. You know what I'm saying? It happened with Lingo itself. Lingo originally was my idea. I conceptualized Lingo back in 2018. In 2019, I ended up meeting this brother out in Richardson, Texas. You know what I'm saying? Once again, older guy, seemed like he was a pretty cool dude. And he was doing he's been doing internet radio, quote unquote, for over 10 years. So he, you know, was on the same wave that I was on. Once again, so I thought. So I'm hanging out with this dude, and the more we're working and everything, you know, we really ramping Lingo up. You know what I'm saying? You know, started the Facebook page together. Started the first roll of the t-shirts together. Had a lot of meetings about, you know, marketing, what we could do to branch Lingo out. You know what I'm saying? Had all of this shit going on in 2019. And you know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking, you know, at this point, we're about 3 months away from when Lingo was actually supposed to officially debut at the very top of 2020. I ended up having to space myself from dude, because it got to a point where he was trying to take over Lingo, like make it seem like Lingo was his thing and he's gonna quarterback this entire situation. And I'm supposed to just abandon what I feel is gonna make the podcast work and abandon all of my thoughts and views of what we're supposed to be doing as a podcast and just completely follow him on some follow leadership. Too many, you know what I'm saying? Too many chiefs, not enough Indians. You know what I'm saying? You know, everybody. Everybody is not fit to be in your circle, man. So with this, the straw that broke the camel's back for me, even that, you know what I'm saying, that shit was fixable. But the killing thing for me with that instance was this individual stepped outside of himself and tried to holler at my baby moms. Not only did you try to holler at my baby moms, you threw me under the bus to do it. You had a conversation with this lady talking about he never deserved you. I can make you happier than he ever could have. Now, I have no attraction or emotional feelings like that towards the mother of my oldest child. So whoever she decides to be happy with, that's great. But the fact that you can be that self-serving motherfucker and call yourself trying to be my homeboy, but then holler at my ex-wife and then try to throw me under the bus to do it, you a hoe forever for that. You know, everything ain't forgivable. You know what I'm saying? I would never holler at any woman that my so-called homeboy had any dealings with, because there's too many women out here for you to try to lay down with somebody that your homie had dealings with. That ain't about nothing. So I ended up spacing myself away from him in 2020. And here I am in a very, very happy place. You know what I'm saying? I saw a post earlier today that said something about the fact that there's 5 ways to tell that you're in a very positive place. I believe number 2 was you only have about 1 or 2 close friends. And the 2 close friends that I have with me, these are very solid people. These are people that I love. These are people that I know for a fact are going to tell me the truth, whether it makes me laugh or makes me cry. So those were 2 very rough instances that I had with friendship. And I'm thankful that those things didn't scar me, but it definitely went far as helping me to decipher who's valuable to my space and who is unworthy of being in my space, what I need to hold on to and what I need to let go. So it really did a lot as far as giving me perspective. It giving me the ability to be able to navigate through my dealings with people and to be more conscious of who I, you know what I'm saying, who I associate with moving forward. So to these 2 individuals, I don't have any hate for you, but I do not have any love for you. I do not like you. I don't respect you. I don't feel you as a man. But I hope that God puts it on your heart to be better men moving forward. I want to see you successful. I want to see you eat, just not at my table. Y'all be real. This is another episode of Lingo. On behalf of my beautiful lady boy, Mama, I love you. On behalf of my daughters, Brooklyn, Journey, love you. My boy Ivory, what's good? Support all Black podcasters. This is Lingo. We out.